fun, eh? Eee. Good hiss. Sounded like the Paramite from Abe's Odyssey.
Oh, thank you.
Been watching a lot of Abe's Odyssey lately.
Watching playthroughs.
Yeah, like watching full playthroughs.
Nice.
Because it's like, they've got it like so down pat that it's like perfect. All of like the hidden areas and saving the Medokins that are like hidden away and everything's perfect. And it's like, damn, it's like clean gameplay. I don't know. And it's soothing.
Yeah, it's not the most like, they didn't try to do too much with it. You found a very niche lane.
Yeah.
And then just ran with it. Which is what I think a lot of the franchises did back in the day so well. And then it's like now everything needs to be so immersive and so big, which is good in its own right, but at the same time, you're like, dude, I just want to do that particular thing over and over and over, and then after 20 hours, I'm done.
Yeah, hard out. And I think, because when the PlayStation 1 launched, they had like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and like maybe Tomb Raider were like the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
And Abe's at the time like wasn't even supposed to be, we have an intruder.
Oh, God, and he's got a quarter watermelon. Nah, you're all good, man.
I was
never here.
You know what I think? That back in the day, game developers were like aware that people had other games, and it was like, you can just enjoy this for a bit, but you might also play other games. Whereas now, games seem like the developers are like, this is all you're going to play for a while, so we need to make it as big as it can be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if when the game gets too big, like too long to clock, like I'm like out. Like it's too much. There's too much going on.
Yeah, fucking oath, man. And also my ability, like after a while, I just wipe my hands with it, and I'm done.
Yeah, like those large games, I just get to a point and just like literally stop and be like, no.
I think I've seen every animation that it could be.
Yeah.
And what do I just keep attacking these same guys as they get progressively harder?
Yeah, and then you start it all over again, whether it's on the same game or a new game. But like continuing that same save file, for example.
Oh, it's a new game, but it's the same game.
Yeah.
It's just not the next one.
Yeah.
Hey, happy Chinese New Year, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
Is that today? Like,
was last, recently?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Welcome to the Year of the Dragon.
Oh,
Bro,
yo.
easily
sick.
the best one. Easily
Yeah,
the best one.
what did we come out of?
We came out of, I
Was
think...
it dog,
I want to
pig,
guess the rat.
rat. See, like, why do I have all these real, like...
Yeah. I don't know.
subpar names, and
Well,
then they go with
you were
dragon.
different. Me and you were born in different years because it is between our birthday, because it's in Feb and you're in Jan.
True.
Yeah, I had a look.
So,
I am the pig. I'm also born in the year of the pig, but you're the dog. And what the dog said, what the dog said for this year was, an anticipated, transformative, and pivotal year for you, advising, as long as you advise the initiation of changes. So changes are coming if you accept them.
you see me lately.
Yeah, I have. You're accepting the shit out of them. You're welcome.
I've been putting my head down, doing some work.
Yeah, with arms wide open.
No, I'm not so big on like the horoscopy things or superstitious, but I do like hearing them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like sometimes you're like, it's all poppycock. But yeah, that does ring true for me right now. I've been embracing change, but being the causality of my own change.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. But you've said it before, like there's something that I do once I put my head down and put something like put my head towards it. What am I trying to say? Put like,
I don't know.
When I put my mind towards it, not my head.
Yeah.
Put my mind to something. Like I generally, like pedal to the metal, like full force, like try and get it done.
Yeah. You're lucky you don't like heroin or something, eh?
Yeah. Like we've talked about how like you like to jump and try different things and stuff like this. I'm like, I'm happy with the one thing I'm doing.
This is good
right now.
This is really good.
Let me just push this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the pig this year, the thing was, your good luck of last year will just keep going.
Oh, sick.
But growing pressures on the professional front will continue.
Oh.
So I guess it just means like I'm just gonna get fucking bigger, badder boss.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't want
I
pressures.
did feel like last year was a pretty good year luck-wise, but maybe that's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you said, like it's all kind of like vague enough that you can just be like, yeah, sweet, that's me.
Yeah.
Nice to know that it just keeps going though. That's sick.
Yeah, I don't feel like I got lucky last year. More towards I finally got the fruits of the labor. You know, like
Yeah.
the reward after the effort, sort of thing.
Yeah, you grew the lemon, then you juiced it,
Yeah, hell yeah.
and it was sweet. Unlike most lemons.
Yeah, well, they're sour, aren't they?
Yeah, notoriously sour.
But yeah, I don't. Listening to yours sounds great with the luck and stuff, but the work pressures. Oh, get that out of there.
It just meant like it's summarized, but it means the next step. It talked about like professional relationships, work, your own relationships, you as like a person, like all the quote unquote like real life shit. The pressure's gonna start to come on with it.
Oh,
Which
it sounds even worse.
yeah, it sounds gross. Can't I just roll around in mud like a pig?
Yeah. And no, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
It's what dogs do. Because I'm a dog, right? You said I was a dog? Yeah.
Oh, eat ass. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And do white shits.
Has anyone figured out why that happens?
Apparently it doesn't happen anymore. Apparently the stuff that was in the dog poo, I know, bro, one of my favorite things ever would be to tell my brothers/cousins to come out onto the lawn and look at something while I was mowing the lawns. As I'm mowing the lawns, mow a poo and just shoot it straight out at them, mow a white poo on them.
Yeah, but what happened to the white poos?
Oh, sorry. Jeez, I got sidetracked by my...
I haven't seen one in years.
Yeah, no one's seen one, bro. There's a reason why as well. They took... I only just found this out this week, actually.
This is not even in the notes, and this is, you've got the facts.
No, man, you've tapped into the back of my poo brain. The ingredient that was in the dog food is just pretty much basically worldwide been taken out that was turning dog poo white in the sun.
True.
Which was why, this might be oversharing, when I pooed in a garden once upon a time, I was like, I'll blend. I was told afterwards, like, nah, man, your thing won't turn white. And I was like, oh, no. I peeled out a chalky fudge on the middle of a lawn. Long story short, I was working at a lady's house, and I was working at a lady's house, and she was like, look, I'll leave the back door open. You can use the back toilet. It doesn't go into the house. And I was like, yeah, sweet as. And she didn't do it, and I needed to go. Luckily, like where she lived, it was like a dog kennel, and she looked after heaps of dogs, and her whole back lawn was covered in dog poo. And you know me, bro, I'm playing 4D chess at all times. I was like, I'm gonna hide in plain sight, so I just laid one out in the middle of the lawn.
Oh my god!
And then yeah, bro, it's like prayer hands in Assassin's Creed. Like you can't be seen.
Yeah.
And
so when you said this, I was thinking you were a kid, and then you're like, I was working at some lady's house. Like this is like recent.
No, the 2 times I've done bareback poos like in the neighborhood is both with pubes. So like of age.
Of age, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, I think I've only
also just if people don't say people are of age just because they have pubes, you check.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We all understood what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
I think the only natural for me, apart from the whole like outdoor ed fiasco.
Oh, apart from like nature's call.
Yeah. Like doing like was a golf course in Fiji. Yeah, that was like on like the 9th hole, opposite end of the club room.
Bullshit.
Like, fuck. Like, went over to like what I thought was the toilets. It was just like a pump house. Yeah, so. Moving on.
Yeah.
There's enough of our bowel movements.
Yeah. Oh, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, look who's not getting lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, ladies got me all sorted.
So what are you doing?
Okay, I'll explain.
This won't come out before tomorrow, so
no, this will be post Valentine's Day. So I'm not peeking behind the curtain here. We don't traditionally do much. Like I'll like we might get some flowers or like maybe get like a nice cheese.
See, I agree with the whole like not having to do it like on a day sort of thing like that, and just do it like when you feel like it, and that's great.
Yeah.
But surely you use those days as like a extra like, you know what? I remembered it's Valentine's Day, and then they're just like even more excited or happy about that.
Bro, her birthday is like 3 days before Christmas. Then we had Christmas. Then I proposed. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, true, true. But I'm saying like in years to come, like surely like if you've already had like an agreed,
I can court her to benefit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's like you've already like agreed upon like, oh no, we're not gonna do those things. We'll just do it like when we feel like
And
it,
then you do it.
and then you do it. Surely that's massive brownie points.
There's something to be said though. There are, I believe there are females out in the world though that might get upset if you agree to do nothing and then you do something and then you make them look like the jackass.
Yeah.
Because maybe an upset girlfriend brain might see that as like a threat and like a how could you do this thing, and then suddenly you're sitting there with flowers, chocolates, apologizing for a good deed. But we hope that doesn't happen.
Maybe for those listening, just have something up your sleeve.
Yeah.
You know, something small, but like it test the waters maybe on your first one, and if they're like, why don't you get anything? And be like, well, I did. And if they don't bring it up, then you know you're in the clear for years to come, and then you can still use that day for brownie points.
Exactly. So she told me, she was like, she asked if we were recording Tuesday. I said, yeah, why? And she was like, well, you got to keep Wednesday free. And I was like, why? What's on? And she was like, oh, we're going to go outside. Piqued my dog brain. And I was like, we're going outside? And she was like, yeah, it's Valentine's Day. We'll go do something. I was like, what are we doing? She's taking me to a friggin' disc golf course to go hit some disc golf in the afternoon.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I was like, you don't even like that. I like that. And I don't even do it a lot, but that's so sick. And I was like, where do we get discs? And she's like, we're going to go get discs on the way. She's like, we're going to own them. We're going to buy some discs, and then we can do it more. We can practice in the paddock.
Pro tip. Go get yourself like a liter, or not a liter, like a 250ml bottle of like tequila.
Yeah.
Go like shot per hole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm driving, and it's Wednesday, but also...
Yeah.
Like I said, we will own them, so we can do it from there. And then you said, what's my gift to her? Maybe I don't know, like she likes macho men, so maybe I just trounce her on the scorecards. Because I was like, this is really kind, but like, don't think I'm going to hold back. Like, I want to play good. And she was like, nah, I get that.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. It's cool to see the females taking charge on Valentine's Day.
Oh, she crushes gifts like so much more than I do.
Yeah.
She does stuff that's like when you're like I've tied my pants up with a shoelace for so long, and she got me a belt, and I was like, oh, like
what?
She was like, you need to stop tying your pants up with that shoelace, and I was like,
these are for rich people.
No, but I was like, in my mind, I was like, this is doing exactly what it's meant to do, and it will continue to do this until one day I need another shoelace. But she was like, here's a good leather belt. It solves everything. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, boy.
You solved a problem I didn't know I had. Which is sick. Like, that's sick when people do that.
So it bodes the question, what are you going to do for steak and blowjob day? If you've got to follow up.
I don't know.
Sorry, there's a bit of a trap there.
Cunnilingus and crackers.
All I meant was because she's planning Valentine's Day the following month.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I gotta do something.
Yeah. We don't have to go into that.
I don't know. Get a dance going.
Nice.
Do a freak dance. I can't even stand up in my bedroom. Sitting there like the hunchback of Notre Dame.
Just do it like
a friggin' ice cream cone in my hand.
Just do it on the deck or something.
Yeah.
Full choreographed dance.
Yeah. Like Smithers.
It's just like Just Dance by Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah, she laughed at me the other day for finding Lady Gaga in one of my most plays. She's like, what's this? I was like, don't tell me you'd skip that if it came on. No, it was
not Poker Face.
Oh, Bad Romance.
Bad Romance.
Yeah, that chorus does go hard.
Yeah, I've been slapping the 2000 bangers in the last couple of days.
They don't quit.
I don't know what it is, but like Shakira's just got me moving like crazy.
She does that. Yeah. Notoriously. Her hips only telling truths.
Yeah. Mine not so much. But I'm trying. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're in court. Representing me will be Shakira's hips.
I swear to tell the truth.
Just a pelvis on a stand with a tie. That's very niche. Why does she have a deep voice? I'll swear to tell the truth. Bro, speaking of southern accents, we went out on Sunday. I did something in public that I thought about later and not got anxiety, but was like, man, I wish I didn't do that. We went out
Regret?
yeah, regret.
There's a word for it.
Yeah, regret. We went out for Carl's birthday. It was his 30th. Shout him out. Happy birthday, bro.
Oh.
We went out to dinner to like a barbecue. That's the barbecue place in Kiwi in Moorport. Good guys. Good catering if you need it ever. And they, I don't know what it was. Like maybe it was like we had a bit of an earlier dinner because they got kids, so it was like afternoon, sun out. We were having a few beers and that, and I just like adopted like when the waitress, young girl, like I adopted like a southern accent.
Oh God!
And she was like, "What can I get you?" And in my head, I was, "This is fucking funny." And I was like, "Give me one helping of Mama's Molasses Flapjacks." And then I was like, "We got a couple of thirsty boys down here that could use some iced teas." And bro,
Oh, you went old Southerner.
Oh, yeah.
You like not like a Ted Lasso. You went like
no, I went deep south.
like
yeah,
like
Yeah.
glasses on the end of the nose with the fan.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We got some boys.
Oh God.
Yeah. No one laughed. So I said it again. I doubled
Not
down.
the repeat.
I said Mama's Molasses Flapjacks, and I'll take a pig hoof.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry if there's any Americans listening. Fuck.
Yeah.
Holy shit! So what?
Virginia.
Just silence. Did she?
Bro, everyone just carried on with their lives, and she was kind of like, and I was like, oh no, sorry, I'll just get a brisket burger.
That's one that just dwindles in the head for a couple days, eh? Like,
Yeah, bro.
You're thinking about it over and over.
I've been cracking up about molasses flapjacks for like days though.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. That's
nice.
basically my weekend wrap.
Nice. Yeah, we went for.
Oh yeah, no, actually,
we-
fucking heaps more.
we had a drink on Saturday. Only had the one beer. It was like raining all day, and then like the last like afternoon, like a slither of sun. It was like, oh, let's try and get out the house.
Yeah, I'd been on the computer all afternoon filming a YouTube video for the people. That'll be coming shortly. But it was like
Nice.
I had done. I went and saw a wedding venue in the morning.
That's all right.
Yeah, that was sick. But I was explaining it to you when we were having that beer. Like, wedding venues are sick, and you obviously want to be at a cool venue and everything. But the way I see it, like how I try to explain it, and it might be tough, is I just want the wedding to be great. I don't need the venue to necessarily be the best. Like, it's not like just because you don't need a mansion to have a good house party.
Yeah.
Like, you just need good people, good music,
Good catering.
everything. Like, it's all the other things that go into it, and then the vibe carries itself.
Hundos.
But at the same time, it was really pretty. And then I started to get like caught up in it. Like, I sold my soul straight away. I was like, yeah, this is it, done. Luckily, she was the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it
we were
wasn't
both-
wasn't more like, oh, I don't want to go and view any more places.
The
You
lady
just-
that took us on the tour was like, we recommend you go and look other places so your day is like perfect and it's exactly what you want. We understand if you don't go with us, but we want your wedding to be good and everything. And
Look,
then,
for a man that got down on his knee and proposed in his own garden,
Yeah.
I think you can settle on a place pretty quickly.
yeah,
And that's not to say that you guys don't have taste or anything like that, or you don't want it to be perfect. It more speaks to your guys' character of just. It's
Yeah.
more about like who's there, sort of thing.
Bro, you
like
see like horror stories of people getting like ready for weddings and everything, or people getting upset. We kind of made like a vow to each other of like, look, eventually at some point this is going to become stressful.
yeah,
This is the first thing we're doing. Let's not make it this one. And so she was like, dude, I don't really like, this is fine. And I was like, yeah, it's fine with me as well. And she's like, sweet, done. Let's not make it an issue.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's coming, Jared?
What the hell's coming?
Hoodie weather.
Yeah, bro.
Last two mornings. I know we're in February.
Bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been cold,
Yeah.
and It's been
Sorry for the Marshall Mathers cocked.
Yeah, where's your fingerless gloves?
Yeah.
Pulled
Pulled out the 9 on you. So,
still old Southerner.
yeah. Now got my 6-shooter. Oh.
Yeah, bro. It's February's been pretty hot, and we've had a decent summer this year around. I think we've already touched on that.
It's still,
But with the heat and like the less clouds, the hoodie weather's coming in earlier.
yeah.
You know, like usually we see it like March, April sort of thing.
Yeah, April, you're deep in.
Yeah, but to be in February and like I was like, whoa, yes, fuck. And the,
Cold snap, though. It's not hanging around.
nah, it's I wouldn't think so because it's supposed to be hot through March as well. But I've forgotten what it was like to wear like long clothes. You know, like when you go like for like wearing singlets or no shirt for like 3 or 4 months, and then you slide on that hoodie when it's cold. I was just like, oh, we're back.
Yeah,
We're
I
back.
sleep with some boxes kind of things on. Notoriously nude sleeper. And
True.
what do you mean?
Have we touched on this?
What?
Touch might not be the right word, but I don't. Did I know that?
What, the no pants sleeper?
Yeah.
Bro,
Is that
I
public
don't wanna
knowledge?
it is now. Wake up with a friggin' wedgie? No, thank you.
No, my boys need support.
Nah, they need to breathe, brother.
Yeah, they can breathe when I'm nude. That's fine. But when I'm like in deep sleep,
How often are you nude that it equates that?
just when I'm drying off.
I was gonna say for that 2 seconds, for the 3
Yeah,
paces.
okay, fine. I need to let them breathe for a little bit more. But
I also get coaxed into shit quickly.
but
like,
this is just me personally. I need that support when
Yeah.
you sleep. It's like because if you like roll around and stuff and they're
yeah,
getting caught between the legs, ooh.
yeah. I fan out. Like I hit the I don't know what you'd call it. Kind of like a cartoon stride. like that's like my sleep.
The crime scene.
Yeah, like the cutout, like the jump through the wall kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, I'm
so
with
they're
you.
kind of just like falling where they may. So
Right. Okay. Sorry. I forgot what we were talking about. So you're nude. Oh yeah, it was cold.
Yeah.
You're wearing
so I
your
chucked
briefs.
some briefs on, woke up with a wedgie, hate that. But then ran outside. Like as soon as I wake up, I always run outside, go for a wee, let the farts out. And yeah, as soon as I got out there, I was like, brr. So then last night, slept with a t-shirt on as well. And I was like, ooh. But we're still like, our the aircon's still pumping, so it's like,
Yeah, I'm all
fucking me
for
up.
it. I'm all for it. We've said this like this time of year every year on the podcast,
yeah,
but it's the best time of year.
weather guys.
Yeah. No, but just the sun during the day, it's still hot.
Yes,
Afternoon,
sir.
you can go out for a
Yes,
drink,
sir.
go for a swim, whatever. But the morning's cold. You can get a hoodie on and have a coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. If I could live in that weather all year round, I think I would.
I know. I tried to, you know how I said when in my ins and outs that I was like an espresso drinker now? So because we've been having these such pure mornings, the way that my deck faces, if I look off the end of the deck, looks straight at the rising sun. So I always I put my headphones in, I'll be listening to like an audiobook or a podcast, sit on my deck chair in my undies with my coffee or espresso and just watch the rising sun. Oh, and it's just like, okay, get this sun in me and get my circadian rhythm just like fired up for the day.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds tranquil.
yeah, you just become your father by the end of it. The old man, for as long as I can remember, when he gets up, noise cancelling, overhead headphones on, hits the Y-fronts, straight into the spa, watches the rising sun.
Isn't that strange though? Like, yeah, the older you get, the more you start seeing yourself become like your old man.
I used to think it was like, you'd be like, man, but I don't care now. I really like the dude. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, same. I'm
now I'm like, geez, if I could have like half the qualities.
yeah. I start catching myself like whether it's things I'm saying or doing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ, Miller, that's like,
Yeah.
like spot on, like what my dad would have said or done, and it's baffling. Like, but all for it.
Yeah. And that's all I have to say about that.
Sorry, that's Southerner.
Alrighty. What are we talking this week, man?
Oh, didn't you have a?
Oh, yes.
You sent me something in midweek.
Did I?
Yeah, the enhanced game.
Enhanced games. Sorry, yes. Jogging my memory. I should look at my notes that I've written. So the enhanced games. To say, Andy, that me and you We might look on the crystal ball sometimes. We might charge the crystals. We might have a third eye and look into the future. Often we're spouting shit. Often we're throwing something at a wall and hopefully something sticks because we just have takes, and 90% of the time they're not true, just like our facts.
Don't fact check that.
But this one, we've been calling for. Honestly, pre-podcast, we've talked about this.
Yes.
Before the podcast was a thing. We've talked about it on the podcast, and now it's a thing. An Australian man, last name D'Souza, can't remember his first name. He's been putting together a thing called the Enhanced Games, which is essentially an Olympic-style games that is outside the World Drug Doping Organization's. It's a free-for-all.
Hell yeah.
It's a free-for-all. It wasn't gonna it was an idea, but now it's backed. So there has been a American billionaire that's come in. This billionaire is a part owner in PayPal, and he was the first outside. So when Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook, originally all the stocks of it went to people that work for the company. He was the first person that was allowed to invest from the outside. So
Right.
he's got that Facebook money and that PayPal money.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
$1 billion. And he has backed the Enhanced Games.
Oh, hell yeah. Give us a breakdown. Like, what is the Enhanced Games?
The Enhanced Games
is it exactly what we were describing?
It is.
Or is it?
So the Enhanced Games is... So far they've confirmed that they are going to have track and field events. They're going to have swimming. They're going to have weightlifting. They're going to have gymnastics. And they are going to have combat sport.
Oh.
So boxing and everything.
Oh, no. Some motherfuckers dead.
Bro.
Oh, mind you, if they're both
If
roided
someone
up,
throws a javelin out the stadium, they're dead.
and that's gone for 6.
Because they've released an ad, and the ad went, it was like a text thing, and it said, it was like, I'm the fastest man in the world, but you've never met me, or like, and it sounded like a infomercial because it was like, the Olympics hate me.
Ooh.
And then it didn't actually reveal who the person was. It was like an ambiguous figure, but it was like, what they were saying was like, there's people that are breaking records all the time. So what this guy said, this D'Souza that's backing, he said he knows already that he's talked to. He's like 500 people, 500 athletes that have sent him videos of them breaking world records already, but because they're drugging, they're not allowed to do any professional sport.
Right.
And he was like, they're in. They're all in.
So that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
All doping, all drugging is allowed.
Yes.
No
also,
limits.
Prosthetic limbs are allowed. And yeah, I know. Which, I don't know. We start to think about cyborgs.
Yeah, what? Do they just chuck in like a third leg? Wasn't meaning to be rude, but just, you know what I mean? Like, well, how does this...
I don't know. Eventually you just become like a spoked wheel.
Or like a third arm for weightlifting?
Yeah, or a tail in the water.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Or
Gills.
Why are we going with this? Okay, that's pretty fucking nuts. So
And
I
then-
would watch
yeah.
it though, because, and we've obviously talked about this, but like I think the viewership would be massive.
It would.
Just maybe not on Olympic levels, right? Because
Yeah.
that is like the hallmark event of every 4 years.
Yeah.
But just to see what the human limit could do, even if it's simple tasks as running 100 meters or high jump, it would be like, yeah, I don't know. It would just be so entertaining.
Yeah, it would. What I was...
Bring back the Colosseum.
So, Hello Sport, the podcast in Australia, I'll credit them because they got the scoop. They talked to a Australian swimmer that was at the 2016 Rio Games. He said, he was like, I'm still training and I'm still fit. He was like, give me $1 million, I'll get juiced to the gills and I'll break a world record for the 50-meter freestyle.
Sick.
Because they
Does that not get
one
you
of the
hyped?
one of the main things is that Olympians, the average Olympian to go to the Olympics, they get like 25 to 30 grand. Like you're getting paid to be at the Olympics, you know? These guys are happily because it's got the funding, and they're obviously not going to be spending shitloads on advertising. It's going to be held at like a college in the USA rather than just like, you know, the Stade de France or something. But they're happily going to be paying the athletes quite a decent sum. So I guess
that's
it's what like
attractive.
Live Golf did to the PGA. We're like, hey, we're the new boys in town. We're fucking party central.
Yeah, but you can't take over the Olympics. There's no,
No, you
merger
can't.
happening there.
You can't, but you can piss off the purists.
Yeah. There must be like a certain percentage that we'll never know that people that are in the Olympics or have been in the Olympics
Yeah.
that were doping and no one caught it, right? So
That's what I was thinking about this ad where there was like, I'm the world's fastest man, but you don't know me. I'm pretty sure most of the athletes are going to be people that we've heard of that have been involved in a scandal.
yeah.
And then they'll just come out of the woodwork. Bro. You know when you go to the Olympics and they all stay at the Olympic Village?
Oh, yes.
And they're humping. Bro, you fill them full of testosterone?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, they're going to be putting each other over the fence.
Yeah, that's going to be nuts.
Yeah, or like a weightlifting
they
event
have to,
where
like-
some guy with like back knee, like some Reddit moderator with like a beard and back knee or something, but he's friggin' huge, comes second. He's just going to walk off and snap a human.
I just see them like chained up like mutants or something, and then
Yeah.
when it's time for them to lift, they like lift the cage like
Oh, yeah,
and they
for sure.
walk out like in chains like
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Hagrid's brother or something.
have to like otherwise how do they contain these humans that are just
Because you would be timing that cycle to perfection.
yeah
Like you would be like, dude, the second that I walk on stage at 2:30, every single, I don't know how steroids work, you may know, but everything that is in my system right now, like, so that's why it's copped a lot of criticism, because the people are saying like it's not going to become a case of who's the best athlete, it's who can do the drugs best without dying.
fuck
Makes it interesting. That's what we want to see.
yeah, some of the deaths at the games, I bet you that count gets up there pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
But like
Bro, I can't- yeah,
surely
so many orgies at the Olympic tent.
surely it's someone sees like this guy's seen the idea and people understand the attractiveness of what this is. Like as long as it's like people I don't know, like they're doing
brings in the common man.
like they're doing it safely. They've got teams, you know what I mean, like proper trained teams, and then people can see how attractive it would be to be like
That
right, let's see the human limit here.
that was what one of my concerns was if I was to like play devil's advocate, would be as soon as the games are over and you have got like shit running through your system, do they also fund and because they've got these
Yeah,
like
the
they've got
aftermath.
these they've got all their testing and everything for how they're going to monitor, because everyone's like, obviously it's dangerous to the athletes. They released like a document that was like, no, these are all the biomarkers that we're going to be checking like the whole time. And it was, you know, I don't want to get into medical chat, I don't really know it, but it was just like, you know, heart, lungs, all this, make sure your kidneys aren't failing, do bloods every day. But you just don't want, as soon as it's said and done, like, you know, you hear horror stories from the UFC or something. Oh, as soon as I left the UFC,
yeah.
I needed a million surgeries and they didn't help me out. They were supposed to. You hear about the NRL quite a bit where it was like, they told me not to get my broken nose fixed till my career ended. Then they said, actually, no, you sort it. You would want them to be able to help like de-cycle, because I think it's, from what I know, it's as important as like starting the cycle as working your way off it, that you don't fuck yourself.
It's the same with any medical drug or any drug, really, whether it's medical or not.
You
But
got to work that come down.
yeah,
Oh, you're a sad, sorry little boy.
I feel like that needs to be worked
What the
into.
hell's pizza and a rom-com?
I feel like that should be worked into more contracts, regardless of the sport.
Yeah, there should be a cool down, like retirement period, that you're covered under the company's insurance and medical access.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I don't know. It's end of this year, they're saying, as the games.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of pushing the body to the limit, and something else that's coming up this year, I'm very much excited for, is the over 35s FIFA World Cup.
Oh, really? They're getting the old boys out.
They're getting the band back together.
Oh, yeah.
When I first saw this come up, I think a couple of years ago, I was like, I'm not sure, like, but there was a lot of greats still playing and stuff like this, and like, but now I'm just ecstatic. It's happening June 4th in the UK. Eight teams
What? So, 35.
and
Are
over.
you out of the league by then?
Very rarely would you be in playing after that age, unless you're a keeper. Keepers can go up to about 40
Yeah.
and still be competitive.
Right.
But 35, yeah, you're probably like
Because
I
you
think
could get geezers out there and call it like 43.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like players like Ronaldo, who's just like Cristiano Ronaldo, who's an absolute like oiled machine.
Yeah.
Like he could go to 40. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, there's anomalies.
yeah, he's like the pinnacle of
Health.
athlete. You know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Like seeing some of the old players that are like out of shape, but like come back to play. Like
Yeah.
it'll be fantastic.
Dude, as long as Fat Ronaldo comes back.
Oh, he is.
Yeah?
Yeah. So so there's 8 teams, so they go straight to the quarters, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. The teams that are in.
Don't want to make them play too much. Oh, dude, the ACLs and ankles that'll be getting done.
Well, that's the other thing. It's 11 aside, brought down to 70 minutes. It's only 35-minute halves.
Full field?
I believe so. So the 8 teams that are involved are all teams that have won the World Cup previously.
Nice.
So
yeah, you don't want to see some beta Swedish man coming in.
yeah, so we're
saunas every day. Still looks like he's like 18.
plus name an over 35 Swedish player.
Bro, name a Swedish player. Can't.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
That was aimed at me. I knew you could do it.
Sorry.
Actually, he did come to mind. I'll be honest.
So yeah, so it's cool. They just got like the 8 biggest nations.
Yeah.
And that's England, Argentina, Brazil, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and Uruguay.
Cool.
So I'll run through the rules real quick. So yeah, 35 and over, you have to have at least capped your country.
Right. Yeah.
Or have over 100 top flight appearances. So you can't be a nobody.
You can't be a no one that's decided to get fit at 34.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, and like I said, the teams have to had won the World Cup. 11 aside, 70 minutes. It's rolling subs. So those old boys, instead of having 5 subs in a match maximum, they can just roll subs constantly.
Yeah, it's just hands up.
Yeah, and they have a total of an 18-man squad.
Dude, we talked about orgies at the Olympic Village. The beers after that, though, because surely those guys,
yes.
like,
it's like Sunday League for them.
Yeah, even just watching like the and the Beckham thing, like how these old players that like once you're into the twilight of your career and you can kind of respect the rivalry, one last dig, one last shot at glory.
Yeah, and it's short, right? It's quarterfinals on one day.
Yeah,
on quarterfinals are over 2 days. A day break, semi-final, day break, final.
Yeah.
So 5 days or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You get the whole tournament out the way.
Yeah.
And
there's going to be 60 dudes in an ice bath.
Yeah. Like part of me, like I've got questions written down. Like, are we just like over the golden years of the sport, and like we're wanting to just see these older guys come back because we miss that? Or is it we're getting older and like those were the guys of our eras? And
it depends who's putting it on. Like if the players have fought to make it happen, or if it's like a
it's a player thing,
player-led thing.
Yeah, player-led thing.
Then yeah, I also think that it's a lot of guys like you hear in sports so much of struggling to come to terms with their retirement. Like you're at the high of highs, and then just slipping into just being a guy that used to play footy.
Well, because like a lot of them go into management. Or like punditry and different stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. You're still around it so much, but you're doing everything except playing.
So like even the guys that are doing like punditry and stuff, like they'll be playing.
Yeah, which is sick.
That's fucking awesome. So okay, that scratches that. And then one of the other questions I was thinking about is like, what other sports like would this work for? Like,
so they did something with the All Blacks.
I feel like rugby would be it because of the physicality of that.
They've done it before. They did an All Blacks team a couple of years ago, and it was, the Conrad Smiths, the Stephen Donalds, a few guys that were good 10 years ago, kind of thing. But they just played Spain's number 1 team.
True.
Yeah,
they beat them.
Yeah, they beat them. They played in the Madrid stadium. But it was like a tour.
I feel like there's no other sport in the world that's this big where they can get 8 nations together and flood a team of superstars. And then play like a World Cup tournament in 5 days.
The only way you could do that would be for rugby if you went to sevens and played like a smaller field.
Yeah.
Because the ability to field 23 stars from the top 8 teams in the world that are still viable. A lot of those huge props just get fat after.
what about like basketball? Like obviously it wouldn't be like nations, but like
It definitely could with basketball.
teams
Yeah.
like in the NBA
Yeah.
have like
Although
an
a
over
lot,
35 league.
it's the same thing again. Like, just so many of them seize up as soon as they stop playing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe these players that have just kind of started to retire now, maybe they look at fitness a bit differently. But you look at the Shaqs and Charles Barkleys and that, and
Yeah.
those guys are hobbling. They're also like 7 foot. The body ain't meant to be that big. Like they've got normal joints
Yeah.
with huge frames.
But can you imagine like watching like Shaq and say like LeBron now and then thinking like, oh man, it's over. But then you're like, shit, yeah, now he qualifies for the over 35
Bro,
league.
LeBron's
Like,
still like,
yeah.
he's
he
still
looked
doing
like
his fucking
40.
thing. He's like 40 soon as.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I look at it with football. I'm excited, and I'll run you just quickly. I'll run you through some of the stars that are signed up to
please.
play. So for England, Steve McManaman, Michael Owen, Ashley Cole, Joe Cole, Rio Ferdinand, David James, Frank Lampard, and Robbie Fowler.
Nice.
Argentina. I won't go through all of them. England ones most people would know. Argentina, Hernan Crespo and Pablo Zabaleta. Brazil, we've got Kaká, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Cafu, and Roberto Carlos. That's like,
Bro, that's fucking sick.
that's like the OG Brazil
Bro, if
team.
they don't play it like FIFA Street,
Yes, that's what
like a futsal game or
I
something.
think. Like Ronaldinho's probably coming straight from the cells.
Yeah.
France has got Thierry Henry.
Yep.
Germany's one that I was expecting more, but like Mesut Ozil's playing. I was expecting because they've got quite a few stars that especially have like started to retire.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not quite 35 yet either though.
I wonder if a lot of them have just in and like, oh, sorry, I'm like you say, going into managerial roles or something where it's like I'm involved with the team, like I can't take the time away or something.
I mean, I'm not going to go through the rest because like they're names that aren't so like common.
Yeah.
But if you like football, you'll know them. Like Francisco Totti and Diego Forlan and stuff like that. Spain's got David Villa and Carlos Puyol. So
yeah,
there's some really big names in there that were like gods when they played, and I'm just looking forward to. I hope it's something that like gets off the ground.
Yeah,
and then it becomes just like a normal thing. I as much as I'd like to see more competition with it, like because I want it to be competitive and fun, I still just like that the 8 teams.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's like fast paced.
Like Ice Cube started the Big Three, which was like, I think he had like Gilbert Arenas and shit involved for basketball, where it was like, 3-on-3 is the smaller format, and it kind of toured. Like it becomes like, oh, it's coming to your town this week.
Yeah.
But if like maybe not every week or whatever, but if they did something like this and just took it around the nations, but say you do a couple, I don't know, maybe how they do Test cricket, where you accumulate points over 2 years and then eventually you have a final or something.
Yeah. But I also like the competition, like a knockout style competition.
Yeah, but
Still
do it like
take
the World 7 circuit, where you still work your way up to a final for each tournament, but then winning that tournament gives you a certain amount of points, and by the end of it, there's like just to prolong the format, if you know what I mean. You can build it into like a calendar year and take it and can tour it. Dude, I'm thinking from the cashola side.
Yeah. No, I do like. I'm maybe do it every 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Rather than 4 years, or maybe have like which is like on the nose of football, like have like relegation, so other nations make it in.
Yeah. Or whoever won the World Cup last, like they would like in real life.
In real life,
their geezer team gets to come up and in.
Yeah, I think that I'm looking forward to it. I hope it takes off so that like old managers and punditries and people that like,
bro, drug free that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it probably will be.
Yeah.
They're probably on all sorts just to like keep walking. Their legs will be stuffed.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about steroids, but what? I suppose whatever can help with like recovery and whatever TJ Dillashaw took in the UFC so he could cut weight and not gas out. Like I don't remember what it's called, but I find that like
PEDs.
Nah, it wasn't a PED. It had another name. It was just like another thing that stood for something.
But this format would be great because there'd be like when like different managers, like say like you're busy with work, right? You're a manager of a football club,
Yeah.
and you get sacked. You'd be like, he's now eligible for the
redemption arc. Just go through and just blow out a couple of old boys' knees.
yeah. He's now like eligible to play for the over 35s World Cup.
Can you imagine just one of the old boys? These guys are 35. I'm picturing like 70-year-olds, but like going up for a header and they header the ball and just like cave their head and go like the head just gets like a ball-shaped dent in it,
or the neck just gets stuck like this.
Yeah.
Because like
I'm scared.
Ronaldo is like he's a big boy now.
Yeah, man,
Like-
that dude's eating his fortune.
So it's gonna be interesting to see. I guess the rolling subs are, but that's how. With those names that I just mentioned, I don't understand the criteria. I guess you only need one cap for the country, right? Or 100 top flight games. So it's not both. So because they can only have so many stars, right? Then they start getting the names that people we don't know of.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I suppose you approach stars first because there must be something to do with how many people watch this versus how many people get paid, or like what you get paid or something. So you approach stars first, make it the best product it can.
Yeah.
And then when that all goes pear-shaped, because you quickly realize that these guys don't need you.
You're just starting Ronaldo every game and then sub him straight away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, man. It's very soon. June 4th kicks off.
Really?
Yeah, this year, like a couple months.
Damn.
And then
what's preseason?
I don't know. I guess Brazil's
Couple
on the
Winchester.
Brazil's on the beach somewhere.
Yeah.
Argentina's still hungover from their World Cup win.
Yeah.
Other pun things here.
Italy's eating pizzas. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's a format that I would love to see in other sports too.
Yeah,
like we've talked about like the enhanced games, and then especially like the whole contracts of like after your careers and like looking after them. I think it would be cool to like slip then their contract, like make them eligible to be in the over 35 league in any sport of what it is.
Yeah, just run a golden oldies.
Yeah, because everyone loves to be like, oh man, remember this guy
Imagine
back in the
seeing
day?
him now, yeah.
And then like you
The only
actually get to see it.
There's nothing worse though. It's like when you grow up a little bit and then you see your old man or your uncle or your granddad or something like fall over, and you're like, it's not nice. It's like,
Yeah, but these dudes are 35. Like,
yeah.
Look, I wasn't born when my dad was 35.
Yeah. True. But I was going to say, once they do it once, they might not do it again. And trust me, they're only going to be 35 this year.
Yeah.
And then this thing, if you're doing it every 4 years.
Oh, yeah. Like, you might only get one of these.
Yeah.
Like, you're lucky. Like, I think Ronaldo's played 5 World Cups.
Yeah.
I think that's immaculate.
I
Like,
remember
that's
when everyone
crazy,
was so hyped up when Nick Diaz was coming back to the UFC and he came back and everyone was like, what? Please, dude, don't do it. Like, don't fight again.
That was a joke of a fight, too.
Yeah.
But if he's fighting someone else that's 35...
True.
And the refs are 35. I don't know. They're probably that age now anyway.
Just heaps of people getting fucking sconed in the face because they don't have their reading glasses on.
We're acting like 35 so fucking old, but
Yeah.
hey, it's around the corner for us.
I know.
But we're not
Thierry Henry's
athletes.
not 35. The dude's been like a pundit for years.
Nah, he's
He's fit though. He's
close
sleek.
to 40. Yeah,
Dude's a thoroughbred.
yeah. Like that's a perfect example, like explanation of him. He kind of looks like a horse too.
Yeah, or a tadpole. Yeah, you know what I mean though? Like amphibious to a degree.
Yeah.
Like, if he took his socks off, or if he was like, oh, I am a strong swimmer, I can hold my breath for 3 lengths of the pool, and
Yeah,
if he took his socks off and had weird toe, you'd be like, okay. There are people like that though. Like there's that thing where it's like you're either you've either got like a reptile face or a rat face or whatever it is, and like you're either one of the two.
Frog or rat? Is it frog?
Yeah, I think you're right. Not reptile. That's very. But Thierry Henry, like he toes the line of amphibious very well. He reminds me of that blue person in Hellboy.
I haven't seen it.
But there's an amphibious like creature in it.
Sporty will be known most for.
Yeah. His non-swimming abilities. Oh, but they could have been great. Anyway.
Yeah.
So last week I talked to you about the Greek mythology book that I was reading.
Oh, yes. Have you got another one for me?
Yeah, so you said you wouldn't mind hearing a little bit of a short story. So I flicked through and I might have found one. Dude, if you guys don't like short stories, skip ahead. But I'm going to tell a little bit of a short story that came out from the Greek mythology book that I'm reading, and I will tell it to you now. I made notes,
Right.
and I'll pretty much just read off the page here. But stay with me because it's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to start this off by quickly prefacing. The story involves what is known as a nymph, right? And a nymph is what they like hung around the goddesses in the Olympia, but not a nympho.
Ah, okay.
But yeah,
That's where I was going.
but they were shown as women, but it was like a flowing river, wind in the trees. Like that was all the work of the nymphs. You know what I mean? Like
So, but they
nature.
look like women. Is that where
Yeah,
the
but
word
they were like
nympho
portrayed
came
as
from?
women, and then they just like went around the earth and made nature happen. They weren't immortal, but they were kind of like treated like they were immortal. Like they were treated like somewhat like a servant to the gods, but not a servant.
Right.
They were just in and around.
Okay.
So this is a story of a man named Narcissus.
Good start.
Yeah. Narcissus was friggin' hot, alright? Narcissus was super hot, but he was also a heartbreaker. And all the women longed for him, and he didn't care.
Brad Pitt. Got
Yes,
it.
he was. He was essentially Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
But he never looked their way. He said, "No way, ladies, you're not for me." Because he was so into himself.
Right.
Hence his name, Narcissus. There was one woman that was a nymph that longed for him. And I'm not going to tell you her name right now. But she was also a bit of a chatty Cathy. She was always talking and she liked to have a good chat. And a lot of people celebrated it for it. They said, "Oh, she's really nice. She's a really good conversationalist. She's fun to hang around." There was one lady that ran into her one day, and her name was Hera. Hera was the wife of Zeus.
Oh.
Now, Zeus, as I mentioned last week, was known for playing up a bit. He would like to distract his wife and go down to earth and root females. So Hera was doing what she usually does, which was trudging around, floating through the sky, looking for Zeus, saying, "Where's my gosh darn husband? He's probably out, and I'm going to ream him for it." And she gets cornered by the nymph, the chatty Cathy. And Hera gets really upset with this, to the point where she cuts off her tongue.
Whoa. Wait,
And
who
she's-
cuts off? What?
Hera
cuts off the nymph's-
cuts off the nymph's tongue.
Ooh.
And she said, "You're stopping me. You're either hiding Zeus from me, for which case I'll kill you, or you are holding me back from being able to find him, which annoys me. And frankly, you talk too much." Because Hera she was a bit of a silent
You
demon.
listen to this, queens out there.
Yep.
don't do that.
But yeah, she cuts her tongue off for stopping her from finding her skeeving husband. Hera gets super pissed off, and she says to her, "From now on, you will always have the last word, but no power to speak the first." Meaning that she'll never be able to talk first, but she can only repeat what people have ever said to her. The woman was upset, meaning the nymph, because how now was she meant to swoon her beautiful bay Narcissus as he walked past? Because everybody wanted him. She couldn't speak to him. But then one day, she thought she had her chance. She was hiding behind a tree because she didn't like to look at him. Everyone kind of hid from him. They were so scared of his aura. And he was walking around. He's always seeking lovers, but he always thinks they're not worthy. And he yells out into the hills in search of a lover. He says, "Is anyone there? Is anyone here?" Turning to this side of the mountain, and she's hiding behind her tree. And she says, "Here, here," she replies. But he still couldn't see it, but she could only repeat that back. And he said, "Come." And she got excited, but all she could say back was, "Come." Laugh. But Narcissus became cross because he doesn't like being told what to do.
Cross. Sorry. You're good.
Yeah. He doesn't like being told what to do, especially by a female that's trying to chase him. And he said, "I will die before I give you power over me." And he storms off. And she whispers under her breath, knowing that her chance is ruined, "I give you power over me." Narcissus continues, and he keeps pieing ladies left, right, and center. And eventually, some lady prays to the gods and says, "May he who loves not others love himself." Meaning, can he get a taste of his own medicine? And if he forbid him from loving, he can only ever love himself. One goddess said, "Sweet as, I'll make that happen." That goddess's name was Nemesis.
Bruh.
Narcissus was bent over a pool one day, drinking some water, because they had no taps. And he's finally caught the sight of his own reflection. Little did he know that he had been cursed to only fall in love with himself. So he catches his own reflection and he's unable to move. And he says, I'm so in love with myself. This is all I can ever love. And he's like, I have to get closer. I have to get closer to myself. He goes into the pool and he drowns.
Whoa.
He can't break eye contact with himself. He's dead. Now, when he goes down to the underworld, you cross the river Styx, right? There's a river that takes you across, and rumor has it was that Narcissus, even while he was crossing the river Styx, still took a look over the boat and tried to peep himself in the water.
Lost forever.
Yeah, but what happened to the tongueless lady, you may ask?
Oh, yeah. What happened to the tongueless nymph?
Well, the Greeks had a name for the tongueless nymph, and she had a name the whole time. Her name was Echo, and they say if you venture into the mountains or into caves and call out, she will reveal herself, repeating your words back to you, looking for her lover.
Ooh.
And that's the story of Echo and Narcissus.
Damn. All of these names, Narcissus, Echo, and Nemesis.
Yeah, they're all Latin words that we use today.
Wow. That's fucking cool, man. I like that.
Yeah, so it's just a book of stories like that.
Are you when you're telling them now, like you're saying like Narcissus pied off heaps of chicks? It's not written like that, is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
No, it says like the lust for Narcissus's fruit was sweet, but he had no taste for ambrosia.
Can we like keep this up? Because I like hearing them, but like also the way you're saying them like makes it easier for me to understand. I've spoken about the dyslexia a million times on here. Reading those sorts of books out the window, but I love hearing about it.
Yeah.
And the way that you describe them is like perfect.
Yeah, sweet. Like, I can do that, man. Yeah, I'll continue it because there's plenty more, and there's heaps of cool ones that like that kind of rolls into like everyday life today.
Because that shit's obviously been written and talked about for years.
Yeah.
Before I'd say English used the word echo, right? We've picked up that word from somewhere.
Yeah. So that story is both from the Greeks, and then the Greeks, like I mentioned last week, taught their religion of gods and everything to the Romans, and then English came from the Romans eventually, and it's stuck around.
Shit. So we're just using like words like in our everyday life, coming from gods and stuff like. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Should we yuck and yum and then split this hairy ass?
Yes to the first, no to the second, and there wasn't a third.
No.
Quick shout out to Ivory Coast winning the AFCON, Qatar winning the Asian Cup, and the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I had all three kind of in the yum section, but wasn't like. I don't
notice you didn't have your Ivory Coast jersey.
Yeah, I'm not.
Today.
I don't have ties to either of them, all three of them. So I'm just gonna chuck that in there. My yuck this week goes to advertisement. I am so over fucking advertisement.
It really is everywhere, eh?
Like, look, one day if we make it large, we're gonna have to do some advertisement of our set on our own ourselves. But until then, I'm gonna still be mad about it. Like, like YouTube stopped. You can't use ad blockers now. Things like that.
They're getting pretty fucking keen on those back-to-back 15-second non-skippables.
Yeah, they're getting longer. They're getting more intrusive and invasive, and that like what I'm suggesting. Every power company basically you get like an hour of free power. Can we with like our mobile provider get like an hour of no advertisement? We get to pick it like Smokos. Or some, you know what I mean? Like, just no ads for an hour. Bang.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed now and watch YouTube for an hour, no doubt.
Yeah.
Clock me in.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Come on now.
Come on, Mercury. Yeah. Come on, Lantern. Come on, Kiwi Power.
I was thinking more like of the mobile, like Vodafone.
Come on, 1NZ.
Yeah, those guys, like, sort it out. Like, surely you've got enough money that, like, you can stop advertisement for an hour if someone desires it.
Come on, RF YouTube. whatever his name was.
I don't know.
Nah,
I'm
it's
just
not
sick
his
of fucking advertisement getting into my life. And like all the targeted ads, like, get out.
We're kind of similar in terms of advertisements. My yuck this week is hold music. Being on hold and having to listen to music.
Oh, yes. I had
Specifically for me this week, the IRD.
I was in New Zealand this week. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. When you're playing, I don't know if you like play a shitty speaker 20 meters from the phone and you've got like Graham Bell's first ever phone that can't transmit sound properly. But when you're playing rock songs like Blue Lady, or if you're playing friggin' How Bizarre, it just doesn't come through well.
They're still playing that.
Yeah, but I will give a soft spot to Bic Ronga's Sway.
Yep.
Always when you're coming off the back of that loud crap, like when it's just rattling in your ear, or even when you just have it on in the background, Sway is always like you just find yourself like,
Yeah. They need better choices, that's for sure.
right, she's got the IRD in her back fucking pocket. I'd love to see Bic Ronga's tax records, because that song came out 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, when did How Bizarre come out? But that,
Yeah, true.
when I said like, oh, they're still playing that, I think I was on the phone to them like 6 months ago, sorting out funds and stuff, and that was playing then. So they've not like recycled these songs.
They just play like Kiwi.
It's the same
like,
shit.
songs.
Yeah, sort it out.
I do remember back in the day though, they did play "What I've Done" by Linkin Park. Also, another heavier rock song that doesn't translate over cell phone.
No. It's like you've Bluetoothed the song off someone else's phone and it's not that good, but they're still just going to play
playing it in a cup over there. Yes, over it. Anyway, yums.
I'm going for my yum this week is going to yet another TV show. And we talked about this on Saturday when I saw you. Is my yum this week goes to Severance.
Oh, yes.
I'm working my way through the Apple TV catalog, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, the originals.
You have talked about this probably 6 months to a year ago. It's been out a while.
Yeah.
Not only is it fantastic, I think it's the greatest season finale cliffhanger of any series I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Now, the episodes are slow-ish.
It's tension building. I think it's all on purpose.
And it's very hard to follow unless you're quite into film and watch a lot of stuff.
It's a dystopian, distorted reality.
Yeah.
So
don't go into it watching like thinking, yeah, this is gonna be.
I'll have half an eye on it.
Yeah, but oh my god, I'm hanging out for season 2, and I can't see anything on the horizon. So I'm hoping there's something, because it really was like the best season finale. I think like there's not many that I can remember being like, holy shit, I need to see the next season.
Yeah. No, I've been fizzing for it for fucking ages.
Yeah, so
I've watched that season 3 times.
Yeah, I might have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, like you said, it hasn't been out like long enough to watch 3 times, but it's good. I really like it. It was also the only thing I had downloaded on my phone for like keeps.
Is it one of those ones that like you watch the second time and you start seeing another thing?
Well, yeah, because of the nature of the plot, you can kind of you can watch it from the other angle.
Yeah, right. But also, like, I watched a lot of breakdown videos on it and stuff like that, so I feel like going back and watching it, like, I've already been told about certain things, but sometimes that's also fun, because now that you're kind of enlightened to the fact.
That's
and
the
you're
thing.
Hey,
there's 2 ways to watch something. It's without knowledge and with knowledge, and both can be so enjoyable.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
That's a really good line. I like that line. What's your yum this week?
Fuck, I actually don't remember it now. I had it in my head just before
knowledge.
It's knowledge this week.
You can either watch it with knowledge or without knowledge.
No, it's getting back into the rhythm of this is actually what it was going to be. We've put out 2 episodes. Like, obviously, we've been gone for a few months, and we've got to, when we're not coming to you every single week, we go out of your routine, and I get that. And I do it all the time. I'll listen to a podcast the second that they don't post or they're not immediately at the top of my thing because I'm listening to them all the time or seeing their content. They kind of just go by the wayside forever. So if you're stuck around, what's up? Good to see you again. tell your fucking friends. But no, like getting back into the editing, which was like the main slump that I was having. So yeah, 2 episodes out over the last few days, and then sitting down on the weekend, getting a YouTube video done, like recording the gameplay again. I'm enjoying it again, which is really nice.
Nice. That's good to hear.
So yeah, good to have the mojo back.
Hell yeah.
And that's about that. Off-topic chat on Instagram. Fuck, you know the rest.
Episode 88.
Episode 88,000. Peace.
Later.